When we think of the biggest and most terrifying predators to ever walk the earth, the Spinosaurus often steals the show. This aquatic apex predator stretched the length of a school bus, with jaws that could tear through any prey. But what if there was a predator that could rival even the most terrifying theropods, excelling both on land and in water? Meet the Arctotherium, a bear so massive and fierce that it might just be the most intimidating mammalian predator to have ever existed. While Spinosaurus reigned supreme in the water, Arctotherium was the undisputed ruler of the land during its time. You may have heard of the Andrewsarchus, believed to be the largest mammalian predator of all time. However, the truth is that we don't have enough fossil evidence to make that claim with certainty. That's where the Arctotherium comes in. This enormous bear was a true powerhouse with a combination of size, strength, and speed that would have made it the apex predator of its time. Imagine a bear with jaws powerful enough to easily snap bones, yet agile enough to outpace a racehorse. The Arctotherium lived on Earth until the middle of the Ice Age, 2 million years after dinosaurs. It first appeared in North America, but later migrated to South America and Asia. It lived alongside animals like the dire wolf, Toxodon, the American lion, and even humans. The Arctotherium resembles a regular Kodiak bear but is significantly larger and more muscular. This impressive physique led paleontologists to nickname it the giant short-faced bear, a title it shares with Arctodus simus. Research using carbon isotope analysis has revealed that the Arctotherium primarily consumed large quantities of meat, including horses, tapirs, camelids, macroconiids, giant ground sloths, toxodonts, and giant armadillos. The damage on other fossils and the discovery of cracked and worn teeth in Arctotherium suggest that it both scavenged and hunted, using its large canines to bite the neck and back of prey with bone-crushing force, and then using its strong forepaws to inflict additional damage. Despite its large size, Arctotherium is a very fast animal, able to reach speeds in excess of 40 miles or 60 kilometers per hour, about as fast as a much lighter grizzly bear. This is because its front and rear legs were equal in length as opposed to even the largest modern bears, whose front legs are shorter than their back legs. Additionally, studies of its skull also indicated it had a powerful sense of smell, capable of detecting scents from miles away. These physical adaptations, combined with long arms equipped with sharp claws and bone-crushing teeth, similar to those of a Tyrannosaurus rex, though not as strong, made it a force to be reckoned with. This dominance allowed the giant short-faced bear to reign supreme in Argentina and possibly El Salvador and Bolivia. If its prey was an aquatic animal, Arctotherium's exceptional swimming ability, similar to that of modern polar bears, gave it an additional advantage. It also had a thick hide to keep warm in winter. However, one vulnerability was its exposed underside when standing on its hind legs, making it susceptible to attacks. However, it made up for this with its intelligence. When hunting, the Arctotherium would stalk their prey before launching a surprise attack with their teeth and claws. After a kill, they would cover the remains with leaves and dirt, returning later to finish their meal. If disturbed while sleeping in a cave, they would chase away the intruder, using their ability to rear up on their hind legs to intimidate. But the short-faced bear was more than just a predator. It was an adaptable omnivore. Analysis of its teeth helps us understand that it eats roots, fruits, berries, vegetation, and forbs when available. This flexible diet, along with its size, gave it an edge over other predators like Smilodon, Thylacosmolus, Canis, proto-jaguars, and cougars, particularly during periods of scarcity or migration among large herbivores. Additionally, reliance on plant-based foods reduced the likelihood of direct competition between Arctotherium and other predators, further boosting its chances of survival. However, if the search for food didn't cause clashes between the predators, the search for a place to rest did. Specimens show it preferred open plains but also ventured into forests, with rare discoveries suggesting it sometimes inhabited paleo-burrows and may have lived in family groups. Despite being skilled in using burrows, Arctotherium likely didn't dig them. Instead, it's believed it took over burrows made by other animals like Xenarthrans or Megatherium. These smaller animals, especially the armadillos, are known for spending lots of hours and sometimes even weeks digging and designing the best hideouts. Arctotherium would come along, most likely kill them, and then take control of their beautifully designed burrows. These burrows played a significant role in their lives, often leading to competition and conflicts among individuals. Such battles for burrows were frequent, causing an increase in burrow numbers during the early Ice Age, as Arctotherium forced xenarthrans out or even killed them. These fights were brutal, resulting in deep injuries prone to infection. However, burrows were not the only source of conflict. Adult Arctotherium had significant skeletal damage, indicating the frequent use of violence. The numerous discoveries of cracked teeth on Arctotherium fossils further prove this. Various Arctotherium behaviors like these add to what we've learned since its first discovery in Argentina in 1852. Initially, compared to the size we know now, the first set of specimens found were not as big. But even with that, they were still huge. Thankfully, the fossils were found in excellent condition. This made it easy for scientists to identify it quickly. While it was pretty obvious that it was a bear, there were some things different about it. Bears are generally known for their vast and bulky build, but this was way too bulky. It was then named Arctotherium, which translated as the bear beast. The species was named Arctotherium bonaerense, paying homage to Buenos Aires, where it was first discovered. The extraordinary condition of its bones not only confirmed it as a bear, but also helped paleontologists classify it within the Tremarctini family. This family is known for their uniquely shaped skull is heavily deepened, giving off the illusion of being short. This classification sheds light on its history and relationship with other members of this unique bear family. Understanding the Arctotherium in the context of its family, the short-faced bears, helps to appreciate its significance. This family included 4 members: Arctodus, Arctotherium, Plionarctos, and the Florida spectacled bear. This family is well known for having a high level of variety and size among individuals. Males were much larger and more robust than the smaller females. This size difference is common in many animals and often relates to different roles in reproduction and survival strategies. The group is best known for the extinct member Arctodus, a giant bear usually considered Earth's largest terrestrial carnivore. Its large males weighed about 950 kilograms, rivaling the size of polar bears. Arctodus outweighed Arctotherium bonaerense, believed to weigh a maximum of 500 kilograms. The Florida spectacled bear got its name because it migrated from the north and was widespread in the southeastern United States during the Ice Age. Its closest living relative is the spectacled bear, mostly found in the Andes Mountains. These modern bears are primarily herbivorous and tend to avoid humans, unlike their extinct relatives. Plionarctos is less well known due to limited fossil evidence, so we know little about them. However, when discussing the largest in the family, Arctotherium stands out, especially the Angustidens species. Scientists estimate its weight to be between 413 kilograms and 1,200 kilograms, making it a contender for the largest bear, but not the most giant mammalian land predator. However, this perception changed dramatically in 2011 when scientists discovered a specimen in Buenos Aires that blew everyone away. This Arctotherium specimen had a giant humerus, radius, and ulna, which, based on their measurements, led us to believe that this bear potentially weighed a staggering 2,040 kilograms. In other words, over 2 tons. At this weight, it even outweighed some well-known large theropods, including the average adult Allosaurus. Imagine that. However, the paleontologist who estimated this size was wary of this large number and believed that a more likely weight for this titan was 1,760 kilograms. If this is true, it would still make the Arctotherium significantly larger than any terrestrial mammalian predator today, and a little bit heavier than the extinct Smilodon. This is significant because the Smilodon population is widely considered the largest land predator to have lived since the dinosaurs. Moreover, this Arctotherium specimen wasn't just massive in weight, it was also extremely tall, reaching 4.3 meters of 14 feet when standing upright. This made it taller than both the average T-Rex and giant African elephants. The gigantism of Arctotherium angustidens is believed to have resulted from the extinction of Arctotherium terrigense, another species of the Arctotherium, a specialized omnivore with a diet similar to modern bears, notably the spectacled bear. The absence of Arctotherium terrigense likely reduced competition, allowing Arctotherium angustidens to multiply and become the largest predator of the early Ice Age. Despite their immense strength, there were things they couldn't overcome, and one of these ultimately led to their extinction: a changing ecosystem. With plenty of food and little competition, life was good for these massive creatures. But as the Ice Age progressed, there was a significant change in the landscape. More carnivores arrived, creating fierce competition for resources. This pressure became too much for the giant Arctotherium angustidens, leading to its disappearance around 700,000 years ago. However, the story doesn't end there. After the giants vanished, 4 smaller Arctotherium species emerged. The 4 Arctotherium species can be divided into 2 groups based on their diets. The northern species, Arctotherium vetustum and Arctotherium wingae, shifted from being mainly carnivorous to highly herbivorous, consuming mostly fruits and leaves with occasional meat intake due to high competition from predators like American lions and dire wolves. In contrast, the southern species, Arctotherium bonaerense and Arctotherium tarigense, retained a meat-heavy diet, focusing on small to medium-sized prey such as camels and horses. These southern bears engaged in more scavenging and bone consumption to supplement their diet, as they were not the dominant predators in their region. Despite their reduced size, this change turned out to be beneficial. These more miniature bears needed less food and could navigate more easily, avoiding competition with other predators. Their adaptability gave them an edge, allowing them to outlast their giant ancestors by thousands of years. Nevertheless, the smaller Arctotherium faced challenges from large canids and their own species. However, their varied diets helped them thrive. They survived for another 691,000 years after the giant Arctotherium angustidens disappeared. However, their success was short-lived. Between 12,000 and 9,000 years ago, the smaller Arctotherium species vanished, with the wingae species persisting the longest, particularly in parts of Venezuela. What's fascinating is that they all vanished around the same period, despite living in different regions and having diverse diets. The reason for this? Nobody is entirely sure. However, scientists believe that during the Quaternary extinction event, especially bears with unique features like Arctotherium's strong body and long limbs were majorly affected. These unusual characteristics may have made it difficult for Arctotherium to adapt to changes in the environment. Thus, the era of the largest mammalian predator ever and its smaller successors came to a close. However, even at the peak of the reign of the Arctotherium, there is a particular group of animals it won't mess with. They are the dire wolves. A pack of these bloodthirsty creatures had the power to rip apart anything, including the mighty Arctotherium. Click here to watch our video on them. Thanks for watching.